The C.M. Russell Museum in Great Falls is a world-class facility, but there's a lot that makes it great beyond the art. We're talking about the gift shop and what makes it so special coming up on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
And we're no damn experts.
I'm laughing, as is our guest, which I appreciate, because your moment of meditation or whatever it is that you're doing.
I've got to get into this persona.
So we have, we do our whole spiel. We talk with our guests, prepare them ahead of time. I'm like, okay, we're rolling. And then she does this
that was
centers
very stressful
herself.
Yes. I become a different person for the podcast. And my really
warn you of
close
that.
friends, no, this is not the person they get around the campfire drinking beer.
And it's also different than the person who answers the phone if you call here too.
Also different than the person that puts the board packets together.
For the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's a lot of personalities wrapped up in this one little bundle. And I just had to check out the one we needed for today.
I just wasn't prepared for the silence.
Yeah,
because our pregame was pretty fun, and then it just
and then
went
all of a sudden
dead
she was
silence.
just like,
yeah. I was like, we're setting the tone.
Does anybody remember the process for how this podcast works?
yeah, Kristie's here. It's my job to introduce her this time.
And I have show and tell.
And you brought props. Yeah.
For a non-video podcast.
Kristie brought props for a podcast.
Okay, we've had other
Let's
guests do
just
this,
say
though.
that.
I do appreciate, though. Kristie, tell her why you brought props.
Well, so you guys can help me describe these in case I forget what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we can visually see and be like, oh, yes, that's a lovely book.
Because I only use 2 adjectives, just like Shannon. So you're going to have to jump in.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we're talking about some of this stuff.
So they're for a reason.
They are there for a reason. And it's inspirational because it's artwork. It's Charlie.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So Kristie Duff is the queen bee over at the Russell Museum.
Facts.
She makes all the products in the store. She makes sure all the products in the store are amazing and things you want to buy.
By hand.
Yeah. Is that correct?
It is.
hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is absolutely.
Most of them handcrafted in her spare time at night.
Wow, you stock literally the whole gift store. You work for Pendleton, too,
I do. Do work for Pendleton. Yeah. And the rest of it I make while I'm in Charlie Russell's house.
Yeah.
I just stay there.
Yeah.
My husband and son don't see me anymore. I just live in the Russell home.
That seems like a perfect life.
Yeah.
That wallpaper is gorgeous.
Yeah,
I
except
mean,
we were
facts.
just discussing we don't know where any type of wash basin is, so that might be it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a wash basin in there somewhere, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do all the great stuff in there, and I'm the operations manager of the museum, so I do have a lot more to do other than the store. Surprise! Did you know that?
That's a lot.
I've been so enamored about what is in stock at the store. I haven't taken any time to figure out what everybody else
she
does.
actually does more than that.
Now, I will tell you, every time I'm at the store, I never see Kristie. So I'm like, she must just work from 10 to 1 or something.
She's really underselling everything that you do.
Actually, I work 11 to 1:30.
There we go. See?
Do you need to see a business card?
No.
It does say operations manager of the C.M. Russell Museum. That's Charles, Mary, and Russell, for those of you taking notes.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it should be.
So what all does your job entail? And how long have you been doing it? And how long have you lived in Great Falls?
Oh, that's a lot of questions. Rapid fire.
Woo!
Whew.
We should do rapid fire, but usually it's one at a time still.
Okay, well, let me try and remember. Let me start.
We're just testing our abilities.
Yeah.
Let me start when I was born here in Great Falls.
Great.
right?
Okay.
I will not give you the year,
Okay.
but that's
Don't
fine.
need it.
No, don't need it. Moved away, came back in 2011.
Okay.
So I can't do
Oh.
the math right now, but I've been back here since in
For
the
a while.
community since 2011.
12 years. Mhm.
Yeah. 12 years.
Just earlier, I gave someone a number. We were counting visitor guides, and someone's like, how many did they take? And I said they took 75 minus 33.
It was not me that did the math on it.
I was
That
going to
is
say, am
not
I
my-
supposed to be doing the math
Nope,
on that?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope. And that
Okay.
is the number.
You figure it out.
It's 42 for
Wait.
those of you that wanted to check your
For
math at
listening
home.
at home.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out in my
Yeah.
head. Thanks
They're
for
like,
that.
all right, and these
So
are the
you've
people
been-
we're
you're
listening
a-
Is
to.
the
You're
air conditioning on in here?
Nope, it doesn't work here. So lifelong Great Falls girl
Yep.
came back
Came back.
2011.
Yep.
Shannon says 12 years. Good to go.
Yeah, I'll believe that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
I have been with the museum for over a year. So
Oh.
I started there last year to help get the Russell Suites for the August event last year. Do you remember those
Oh,
Russell
yeah.
Suites over the fairgrounds?
Amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Those
Thank
were
you.
really neat. I
Yeah.
really
I
liked
loved
that
the
August
entire
setup.
environment. I loved
Yes.
the bar area was really
It was
Us
really
too.
well
good.
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Spent
and
a
it
lot
was
of time there.
totally transformed in there. I mean, you would never guess that was, where
Yeah.
cows are sometimes. you
Well, I know.
Like that's, good job.
Well, thanks. I mean, Jessica Niebel actually, she kept saying, just trust me, it's going to look great. But you walk into that space and it's like a concrete brick.
Right.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is
Literally
lovely.
a blank slate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
with weirdly placed pillars.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to work around the
Yeah.
pillars.
Yeah.
Which we did.
Yeah.
So
So that was your big kickoff to your job?
Day
Yeah, that
one,
was
you
supposed
show up.
day one, that was supposed to be a side hustle for
Oh
a
my
couple
God.
months.
Oh,
And
dear.
then
Ooh.
they roped me in.
Oh.
Right. Is this
You
where I
fell
throw
in
in
love
a
with
Charlie
Charlie.
Russell
You-
roped in
Oh.
There you
joke?
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And-
I don't have anything.
We're waiting for it.
I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, that was fine. Charlie roped you in.
Sure.
Became part of your soul.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I took the job as operations manager. So there's a couple parts to that.
Okay.
Helping with the Russell and the Russell events.
Okay.
Sort of overall, looking at the business and front desk, admissions, tours that come in,
Oh.
welcoming our guests,
Oh
running the
my.
staff in the
So
store,
you're basically everything else that doesn't fall under
curatorial,
right.
senior
You're
staff.
basically the jobs that
Security.
say and other things as assigned. That's your whole.
Yeah.
job.
That's a big
Yeah.
job.
It is a big job.
But listen, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
It's really a fun job, though.
100% think it's probably the funnest thing you could do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's why it's fun. It's because we get to see, especially through the summer, all of the tourists that come in.
Yeah.
And they are so excited to be there. I mean, they have just been waiting for this day.
To see the Russell
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the last time I was there before I moved back was 5th grade essay contest, like
Yeah.
like all of us.
Great Falls
Uh-huh.
kids.
Right?
Yep.
We're not Great Falls kids, so we don't
we
share
didn't,
in that.
We didn't do that.
Have
but
you ever
I
been
know
to
what
the
you're
Russell
talking
Museum?
about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
And we know all about the 5th grade essay contest.
Right.
We know
We're just
everything.
saying we didn't ever
Right.
write
We
an
didn't have to
essay.
be a part of it.
Yeah.
No,
We didn't get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, my son's in 4th grade. Now they're moving it to 4th grade
Oh.
starting next year. And so he thinks
So is he
that
missing out then?
No, because they're going to do 4th and 5th grade
Oh,
this
okay.
year. So then they'll
So
get
then-
on track.
okay.
Yeah. But he thinks that he's an expert. I was
Yeah.
like, no. Mm-mm. And I'm
by
not helping
by
you with that
association, because mom works there.
Yeah. For the record, I'm not helping him with that essay.
Yeah.
So if he wins, it wasn't from insider
can't-
knowledge.
yeah.
No.
Can't have any
Not at all.
colluding happening. Yeah. Did you go to the last time you were at the Russell before you got the job there when you were in 5th grade?
Probably.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I mean,
Do you feel
Because-
bad about your decisions in life now that you work there? I'm like,
I wouldn't say bad, but I'm definitely
disappointed in yourself.
definitely questioning some things. Thanks,
Well,
Rebecca.
The exhibits change out so often that you
Yeah.
there's so much to see every time you're
Yeah.
there.
Right. There is a lot to see. There's a lot to see. And we have a lot to see right now.
Does
There's some
your
great
kid
stuff
go there
coming.
a lot now?
He does.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
But he also thinks that he runs the place, so he kind of
Oh.
like walks through without like asking that he can go through.
Oh.
I'm like, come
Yeah,
back here. You
this
need
is
your
not
admission sticker.
Yeah.
Otherwise, security will throw you out.
Yeah. And I will tear your
you're not
sticker
that
off
cool.
just to see what that'll look like.
Nice.
Now, I've had the distinct pleasure of actually entering the Russell from the security area, which I find fun.
Yeah.
Got to open up your purse when you come in and when
Yeah.
you leave to make sure you haven't stolen
A
a
painting.
painting.
Right.
I
The
think
exalted
that would
ruler.
be pretty obvious.
A
But
little difficult to sneak.
that's obvious.
Yeah.
That's just because for me, I'm not an art thief, so I wouldn't know. Like, I would just try to pick it up and walk out with it.
Right.
Right.
And art thieves are going to think like, oh, no, we'll just take the canvas out and we'll roll it up
I
and
think they typically don't
stick
do
it
it
into
in
my
broad daylight.
pants. Like, I don't know.
They don't do it during business hours, probably usually.
No. They try and do that
Yeah.
at night while I'm
Yeah.
making stuff from the store in Charlie's house.
Oh my gosh.
So really, let's talk about the store a little bit
Yeah.
because it's been transformed.
Yeah.
There's a lot more cool items.
Oh yeah. She's
Oh,
got
when
her
did you get this?
Oh, she's so excited about it.
Were you hiding that on purpose, that Russell logo, so I didn't know what was going on?
No, not on purpose.
That's
Like,
amazing.
Just dawned on her.
It's my water bottle. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a newer thing, and she's very
I love
excited
it.
about it.
Well, it looks really good in your hands.
She saw it it was part of a giveaway package we had,
Yes,
and she
so-
wanted to steal it.
So no,
You
no.
wanted to. I didn't
wanted
say you
to.
did.
Right.
Yeah.
So this not this particular glass, but this beautiful insulated water cup with straw and lid.
Yeah.
That is blue with the CM Russell skull logo on it. Shows up in a package Christina Horton gave me for something we were working on for a convention and meeting as a giveaway.
Oh, nice.
And I'm
Christina
like, oh,
Horton, she's so thoughtful.
Yes.
I love
Love
this.
that gal.
I loved this cup, and I'm like, oh, ethical
How
dilemma
can I keep this?
because I don't want to give this away.
Right.
And so Christina looks at me and she's like, well, that's really the purpose of what this is for. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. Anyway, I went to go get some gift certificates.
Oh, sure.
And when I was there was still one of these left. So I bought one for myself. And the gift item is still available to be given away to a lucky person, which broke my heart in two that I had to spend my own money because I've I've long had the standing like, I'm a woman of stature in this community. My level
should
of
give me
leadership
stuff.
Yeah.
should
swag bag as you
allow me
walk in.
some benefits
Yeah.
in this position. Like, oh, you want this? Go ahead and have it, and then you can. Nope, that does not happen for me anywhere. Like,
Well, are you disappointed I'm not leaving these
yes,
for you? This
mostly
is all
because I
show
saw
and
the
tell?
leather bag, and I'm like,
Well, we sell those in the store. There
I
is
know.
one right now.
I know.
Is that not your purse?
Well, this is my purse.
Okay,
but
I
I
thought
bought it in the store.
It's like you're trying to steal her purse.
Made
No,
from.
I'm just asking Kristie to
Yeah.
give it to me.
Well, we do have an extra one in there that you can get for a certain amount of money.
Whatever the price tag says.
Absolutely.
So
It is
the-
bison leather. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that.
Wow.
I mean-
100%. That's kind of the way it should be.
I mean, right? You can also get a bison skull there. So if you were looking for a bison skull, you wouldn't really know where to go.
Like an
would you?
actual bison.
Yeah.
skull.
Kristie,
We
I'm going
have
to
it.
pause you right here. I'm looking for a full bison head mount.
Oh, yeah. She wants that for the office, for the
Yeah.
around the corner.
Stairwell.
We'll show you. Yeah. That's her
Okay.
dream.
No, I don't have a line on that, but
One day you
Yeah.
will,
Okay.
and you'll be like, oh, Rebecca at Tourism
Yeah.
wants this. I'm
Oh my
going to give
gosh.
her a call.
I'll just bring it right to this window and I'll stand there with it.
Just hold up the.
Yeah. Or right outside your office
Yeah.
from
yeah,
the deck
you should do that.
and just stand there with it
Yeah.
until you notice that there's a bison head outside your
Yeah.
window.
A roaming bison right
I'd
there.
hope you
on the-
notice right away. That would be a very large thing.
Yeah,
to
Well, I
we'll
don't
see
know.
how-
It depends.
Depends on the project I'm
Yeah.
working on.
Or the time of day. Or,
Yeah.
right?
If I'm even here.
Yeah.
She could be out there for a long time.
Just standing there holding a massive
Right. Oh,
bison
Rebecca's
head.
on vacation for
Yeah.
3 weeks. And there's Kristie standing
Just
outside with a
standing there.
bison head.
Well, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
So, but you have bison skulls.
We do have bison skulls. And the fun thing about
How?
that, we've had them for a while, but the fun thing about that is we get them down near Bridger.
Okay.
So I just went to pick some up this summer from this guy, and he's just amazing. I mean, he's just a really fun guy. But I was telling him, I said,
is he a bison rancher?
I don't know.
Do we
I
know
couldn't
how
get
he
much
gets
information
these
from him, to be honest with you.
Sounds
Then I'm a little
sketchy.
concerned about the legality of where these things have come
The
from.
quality of the bison. Well, okay, so let's move on from that. We have bison skulls in our store.
Yeah.
They are authentic, and they were obtained 100% legal.
Legal and
Oh, there's a
ethically.
Freudian slip.
Wait, do we have a 20-second delay on this?
Of course we do.
Okay,
Yes.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah. Shannon will just edit that out, I'm sure.
I'm sure she will right away. But you wouldn't know where to go to get a bison skull.
No.
So we have them
Yeah.
for those of you
Now
looking
you
for
know.
the perfect Christmas gift
And that,
for your kids.
people, is how you can interact with bison in a safe way
Right.
in Montana.
Yes.
Go
Don't
to the
pet
gift
them.
shop and look at the skull.
Right. We had a guest in the other day, and he had his kids with him. They were all so lovely. But then he launched into like death of the bison over the histories of things.
Yeah.
And we had to maybe just like cut him off because it was
Yeah.
getting a little.
Too detailed?
Yeah. Is that on your note card of things not to talk about?
No.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we did have to
I mean,
cease and desist with
Yeah.
that conversation with him.
We we've done multiple episodes about the First Peoples Buffalo Jump, and that story
yeah.
is
That
all
process.
about killing
Sure.
bison.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not really murder, in our opinion. I know other people might think it that, but so other things.
Anyway.
Okay. Look, can we talk about something a little more fun?
Yeah.
Like
Yes, please do.
Like our frontline
do you
staff
have-
and how great they are?
Okay, but just real quick. So you have
sure.
these bison skulls are available for purchase in the gift shop.
You bet.
Okay.
You
Are
bet
they
are.
the artistically designed ones? You know, I've seen them where there's like these great etchings on one side of the skull.
I
and-
know where you're going with that, and no, they're
no,
not.
they're just basics.
They are just.
Yeah.
They might have some fur still in there, but
Wow.
people have come in and bought them to bead them and decorate
Yeah,
them in their
okay.
own artistic
Yeah.
way, which
Well,
I encourage because
Yeah.
it's.
Could you imagine a beautiful fundraiser where you just had these decorated bison heads and auction them off?
Like a quick draw, but on
Bison
these.
heads.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, I'll be working on that in Charlie's house
There you
over
go.
the winter.
Perfect.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a great winter project.
Yeah,
But that is a really unique thing you can find
yeah, we do
in
have.
Great Falls. I mean, that's a very uniquely
Yeah.
Montana Great Falls thing you can get there.
It is.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of that for our visitors. I
Yeah.
mean, we do. That's the great thing is we have a lot of things that they can take with them. We just got, can I talk about this new product we just got? It's amazing.
No, Kristie. We invited you on this podcast to
Just
not
to
talk
not
about anything.
Well, it's this 3D woodcut map with the pieces of the states,
I
right?
saw
Did you see that in there?
Oh,
Yes.
Cool.
We've had it all summer. We can't keep it in shelves. It sells out 2 seconds.
And the
because
artist that
RVs
makes it is out of Helena.
Helena,
Yeah.
And the company's called Rising Joy Creations, and she is
Yes.
lovely. Her name's Michelle. She's also working on a custom Charlie Russell skull Christmas ornament for us.
Ooh, neat.
So stand by for
yeah.
that.
Very cool.
That's going to be really awesome.
I didn't bring a prototype with
Oh,
my
man.
pile
It's a
of
bunch
things.
of crap,
Yeah.
if you ask me. Well, and the reason I got excited about that when I saw it in the store while I was there is our colleague Callie Jean was down in Helena at their farmers market, and she came back
Oh,
with
yeah.
this really awesome
Yeah.
eagle that's got all this stuff on the inside. I'm like,
Yeah.
that I have never seen anything like that
Yeah.
before. And so then I
Yeah.
went full nerd, asking about who it was, and then started following her on Instagram. And I'm
Oh,
like,
sure.
any Montana made products,
Yeah.
just adds that extra layer of fun to me.
Oh, sure.
Because when you can marry those two things together,
Yeah.
And we
supporting
can't-
local Montana artists.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And we are really trying to get local Montana artists in there. I mean, we can't get everything made in Montana, but we're
Right.
we're definitely
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
But people loved those because they're traveling. I mean, they're there to travel.
Yeah.
They're driving. They're visiting us here.
As
and
we learned, Great Falls kids stopped going after 5th grade.
Yeah.
So
sure. Unless you work there
the
again.
only,
like,
the only people there aren't from here.
So don't
And the
be
rest
like
of
that.
us
Yeah.
go for free merchandise, and
Yeah.
they have to pay for it, and they're
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah.
And do you know how bad I want to go? Do you know who I am? And they'd be
Well.
like, "No, are you buying that?"
I know.
Or
Well-
are you
So,
a thief that's
credit card?
walking?
They actually get that sometimes, and they're trained.
Really?
Yeah, they're trained. They're such a great frontline staff.
Who are these people that are coming in asking them, do you
Other
know
than
who I
me.
am?
Well,
Besides
probably
Rebecca.
board members. I would get. That's my guess.
You don't,
Silence.
you don't have to.
Senators? She can't
Oh,
say.
okay. I was like, you don't have to name it. Just like, are we talking like these like a Brad Pitt walks in and is like, do you know who I
Are we
am?
at
sure.
that level?
Yeah.
Kevin Costner. No. So you can say some names, and I'll blink twice for yes.
Well, this is clearly a
Fair enough.
conversation we'll
No,
have off the
I'm just curious
podcast.
because
Yeah.
like who's walking in and being like,
Yeah.
you should just give me your stuff.
Right. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
No.
That is pretty much a celebrity move, though, when you think
Yeah,
about it, because
But I feel
this
like
is the thing that bothers me most about the whole celebrity world.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I have lots of opinions about
Yeah,
this, but
she does.
overall, like they get so much stuff for free. Like
Yeah.
clothing companies are like, "Here, wear my stuff." They can afford to buy your crap 5 times over.
Sure.
Why not give it to me?
Well, right. Why did you have
Yeah.
to pay for that when they could have bought
Not
it for
only
you?
are you giving them the product, you're also paying them to wear the product you gave them. And that's just a bunch of baloney.
Here's the thing. I think that probably the majority of like actual real large name celebrities are not walking in places saying this. You
I
just hear
would.
occasional bad stories, but I don't think at the overall they're not just like walking
I'm
in
not even a
everywhere.
big name celebrity, and I'm doing it.
I mean,
That's my point.
this is not Access Hollywood right now.
Right. That's my point.
Can we take it down a notch,
Right.
Rebecca?
Okay.
All right.
So back on track.
Go back on track to our lovely visitors
yes.
that visit
I have
the
a question.
CMS Museum.
Perhaps this is something that can be answered. So we've talked about the skull. So the bison. So this is the logo. This for the CM Russell Museum is the bison skull, and then the CMR in his writing. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted people because we've mentioned the skull. I'm like, well, maybe people
Oh,
are like,
sure.
what are we talking
Oh,
about?
sure.
It's
I
like
forgot.
it's the logo
So it's-
of
Sure.
the CM Russell Museum,
And
yeah.
it's without hair. It's
It's
like
hairless.
if you were to
Skeleton. Yeah.
found it, you'd find it on the prairies.
like think like the
Sure.
old west. The wind's dust
Yeah.
is blowing. Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
And if you were
Tumbleweed,
driving around
yeah.
town and not at the CM Russell Museum, you
Yeah.
could probably drive past a building called the CM Russell High School.
yeah.
Maybe you've heard of it. And they do have some of the same imagery.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they're the rustlers
Yeah.
named after him.
Yeah.
And what's really popular in boho Western chic decor at this point is the cow skull
Okay.
with flowers on the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
Oh, I've seen those.
So that's
Yep.
similar to what we're talking about
Yeah.
for
But-
those of you that are in tune to those trends.
Not
Sure.
boho chic, just
But I do have some bad news for you. We don't carry that in the
No.
CM Russell store.
the cows.
It's not
We're
bad
purists
news.
as far as
Yeah. thank
that's
you.
good. Yeah.
My opinion, there's no place for that at the CM Russell store because I
No.
don't think Charlie was adorning any dead things with a bunch of flower
No.
halos.
No, that does
Nancy
not.
maybe.
No, I don't
Nah,
think
I-
she was
No,
that
she
type of
wasn't.
chick
I don't
either.
think she
She'd be
was
like,
either.
nah, there's no purpose to that.
Yeah.
She was a businesswoman.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she
want
did not
to
mess
learn more
around.
about this woman
Yeah.
because
Well, don't ask
she's-
me though, because I don't know anything about her.
But she,
Kristie
don't worry, I
Duff.
wasn't going to.
She's,
Okay,
she's
good.
just
She's
the
the
operations
woman who,
manager.
yeah. I mean, we talked a little bit this when Tom and Dwayne and stuff were here, but Nancy made that man who he is in terms of his notoriety.
That's the
Like,
truth.
yeah.
She
she's
really
amazing.
did. She would have been
Yeah.
really fun to hang out with.
Yeah,
I bet, at
She's
the
one
Mint
of
Bar.
those original feisty women of Great Falls.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Well,
Trademark.
Yeah. we're working on things with that title. Yeah.
Perfect.
More to come.
Yeah.
Right, more to come. We have 3 right here in the room.
Yes, exactly.
So
Anyway.
how are you sourcing all these products? Like, how did you find Rising Joy Creations and this?
I found her
Wooden
at
map.
one of the Made in Montana stores.
Hmm.
Or no,
Okay.
not Made in Montana stores. Made in Montana shows.
Okay.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I found her last year, and she was just great. and she's just great to work with. She does great products, and we love it. Speaking of transforming the CM Russell store, I'm just going to circle back to that question because we did. If you haven't been in there recently, we did move Charlie's Hearse into the store.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it.
That's been pretty recent.
Not for sale, though.
It is not for sale.
just to clarify.
And
wait, are you using it to put items on as a display case? Because if you say yes, I'm going to be disappointed in you.
I'm going to say a real quick no.
Thank you.
But we do sell copies of his obituary that was in the Great Falls Tribune back in the day, right? In 1926.
Yeah, sure.
And those are flying out the door. Since that hearse moved in there. Are those
sitting on top of
connecting?
The hearse?
They're very close. Yeah. They're very close.
They're near.
Makes sense.
Right. Mm-hmm. But watching them move that in to the store was pretty amazing. And it was a full room of visitors that day.
I bet.
And they were just snapping photos and taking selfies of this big hearse coming in. It wasn't, I mean, they didn't bring it in with horses. You know, the curatorial team each took a wheel.
White gloves.
Wow.
Yeah. And
it would have been better with horses.
I mean, it really
a little messier, but
I mean, if we're talking authentic,
that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that plan, I was like, well, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, having that thing in there.
Yeah.
But people love it. I love it.
Yeah.
The staff up there loves
it.
Because
not like he's not in there.
Well, he is not.
No. That helps.
He's at Highland Cemetery. Mm-hmm. But I think where it was kind of hidden away, and you didn't get an opportunity to put it on showcase.
Right.
Which I think you should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And here's another free idea.
Sure. Okay, let me write this down. Does anyone?
Hey, you can listen back to this. So it's not like you have to write it.
Perfect.
The Remington Carriage Museum in Cardston, Alberta, which is just north of Glacier, has a ton of carriages on display. You could create some type of partnership with that hearse carriage that carried Charlie Russell, tie it to Glacier because he did spend a lot of time in Glacier, and I think he went to Canada one time. So there's some loose threads to a really strong idea.
We will run with that. Let me bring that up in our curatorial meeting this week.
They're going to think you're brilliant.
Until they go back and listen to this podcast to make sure I didn't say anything.
And then Rebecca will get credit, and then she'll get something free from the gift shop.
Oh, my gosh, right.
I have another item handpicked. It's leather purse.
Oh, it's nice and leather purse. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want the skull?
Yeah.
No, if it was adorned with stuff. I'm not a purist in that way.
Oh, you want the adornment?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we can help you with that, but we can. But so here's how we operate. When people come in to go look at the hearse, which is kind of in the back of the store, we block them from leaving. We're just like, you buy some stuff or you have to stay here forever. With this hearse. Yeah. Forever.
Yeah.
Right.
But
wait till Halloween and the lights go down.
Ooh.
There's another cool feature that I noticed last time I was in, before the hearse was moved into the store, was the video sound element that's in the back corner that it's like a projected picture. Sounding like, like,
do you want me to help you with that?
New timey film things.
Technology.
Is this where I jump in and help you with this very awkward?
Be nice.
Please.
You're just sitting there like, I have no idea what she's talking about. I've never seen this element.
Let her go. Let's see where this goes.
No, this is very legit. It's part of the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame exhibit.
Thank you.
That is moving, new and improved, to where the hearse was.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's in the works.
That is going to attract people into that corner because there's video and sound.
Yeah. Well.
Like a real move and motion picture.
It's a newfangled motion picture.
We will also... have an actor standing there dressed as Charlie at all times. No, we won't. But
wow,
would that be fun,
really?
right?
I'm
just
like,
standing
that's a
there.
big commitment.
Yes, it is.
Because I know who the actor in town is that plays Charlie.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Yeah.
You don't know him because he was in politics for a long time.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. We're not going to talk politics on this one.
His name's Bill Bronson. We can say
that. It's not like he's evil.
It's not he's a human who used to be a commissioner. Like that's what he does.
Thanks for bringing us back to center, Shannon.
Anyway,
When
I thought we weren't name dropping here, but geez.
I
Shannon
would
went right
love
for
that.
it.
I pitched it to Tom. Tom said, "Sure, raise the money." It's a hologram of the artist, so Charlie Russell as a hologram that
sure.
welcomes people in.
Wow. Or Monty his horse. I mean, either one of those would be
Yes.
amazing.
Oh,
Right?
that would be.
Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
good.
said that we should have done that in the suites last year over there as a hologram of Monty right at the bar
Oh.
in the middle of the Four Seasons.
Hey, that would make sense.
Yeah, no, that got shot down immediately.
Oh.
It's all right, though.
Especially once you get some drinks in you, you're like, "Whoa, it's a talking horse."
Is that horse talking to me?
Mr. Ed.
I mean, there's so many ways you could go with that, with pranks to our visitors in the store with that hearse and,
Yeah,
spirits and all talking everything.
that's a lot. Okay.
Let's talk about our visitors and tourism for a second because
Yes, please. She's just getting right on track. Jeez.
if I don't
Taking
leave
over.
here with a Visit Great Falls shirt as an ambassador, I'm going to be upset. Just kidding.
If you want to make
they
one,
don't
then you
exist.
can.
Oh, sure.
You are welcome to make those and sell those in
We'll
your
give
store.
you a sticker,
Yeah.
and you can put it on the
Yes.
shirt you're
Perfect.
wearing.
Yep.
I think, I don't know the number. I can't throw out a number because 30% of statistics are made up on the spot, right?
That sounds accurate. Uh-huh.
I think Barney always used 30% as well.
We had a lot of visitors this summer.
Yeah.
And the great thing is they're just so happy to be there. You know,
Yes.
like they're not in there to be angry or it's
Yeah.
not like they're returning
They're seeing
something at
happy
another
people.
Yeah. They're just very excited to be there.
I always say that if you're on vacation and you're sad, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
However, I have gone on vacation with my husband and been
Yeah.
sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do it right, but sometimes there's a lot of
There's
togetherness
other
that
elements
ends
that happen.
poorly. So
I
I
get-
get that part. But
Sure.
in general, you should be
Right.
having a blast.
Right.
I mean, you should be.
And you get people who are excited to be there, which
Yeah.
is just really
Some people who that's
Neat.
been their pilgrimage
right.
to
I mean-
go and see the C.M. Russell Museum.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. We had a guy probably, I mean, I don't like to guess ages,
Yeah.
but I think he was north of 80 years old.
Okay.
Probably
Ooh,
nice.
south of 100.
Okay.
Somewhere in there,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
That's a good range.
He came in and he said it's been his lifelong dream to be at the C.M. Russell
Oh
Museum.
my gosh.
And he was the cutest little man and he just started crying and then I started crying.
Uh-huh. That is so
We're
neat.
just all standing there in tears. He's like, I used to sit on my grandfather's knee and he'd tell me stories about Charlie and the Old West. And then he just started tearing up. I'm going to start crying right now.
Yeah.
right?
How neat.
But we get that
Softies.
all day long because people, like, it's a pilgrimage. People
Yeah.
do travel a long way
Well,
to come visit us.
he was an actual dude who in reality didn't die that long ago.
I mean,
no, not in the scheme of things.
No.
So people have stories about the actual man,
Yeah.
Yeah. They
which
do.
is, it's like telling, oh, my neighbor did this. Well, Charlie was their neighbor.
Right. And
I-
some of those
yeah.
stories are true. Some of them that we
Hey.
Not so
hear
much, yeah.
are a little made up. And you can tell, I mean, you can read people, right? You learn
Yeah.
how to read people real quick in there.
Yeah.
Um,
I just like to believe what I want to believe, whether it's true or not.
right.
That's the
Premise
problem
of this
with
podcast.
America. Yeah. Okay. You are the problem. Anyway, I remember. Well, I remember I don't remember the year he passed, but Walter Bruning.
1926.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's when
Charlie
he-
Russell.
That's
Or
no.
who are you talking about? What are
Walter Bruning,
Well-
follow the conversation. The oldest man in the world.
Walter Bruning, who was the oldest man in the world until he passed away, lived in Great Falls. And I always remember, like, Walter, now, I heard that they despised each other, but that Walter and Charlie did not like each other. That's the rumors I've heard. But I remember thinking, when Walter was alive, and thinking, this gentleman was alive and, like, hated or liked or whatever Charlie, like he hung out with Charlie, and that just to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, it really was not like
You have to
that
think.
long ago.
Right.
Not everybody loves me either, which is
Baffling.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
don't know
agree.
that I would say that. I think that.
But at the same time, you have to think Charlie in his day, probably people didn't like him.
No, yeah, I mean everybody has their.
It's not
thoughts,
everybody's
whatever.
cup of tea.
right?
Right.
And I don't bring that
But I
to
think
like.
that's so weird
Yeah.
to think of. Well, you look back on it. It's not like you're going to say, well, George Washington was a real jerk.
Right.
Right?
These like
Well, he might have
renowned
been
people.
so serious
Yeah.
in photos. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, there's never a smile. It's very stoic, right?
Yeah.
I was like, were you a fun guy to hang out with or
Right.
not?
Yeah.
I heard
I mean,
you
I
drank
would-
whiskey
yeah.
quite a bit, but this guy doesn't look like he does.
Right. I'm not sure a lot of these people who are well known didn't necessarily get there because they were well liked. You know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
Anyway,
Could be.
that's a whole other story. But the point was that there's
If you want to know more about
you-
Walter Bruning, you
Yeah.
could go to the History Museum here in Great Falls.
Oh,
yes,
sure.
there you go.
Yeah.
Plug for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they've got a
But-
lot of great stuff there too.
Yeah, it was
Love
not
it.
in the scheme of things not that long ago that Charlie was around.
Yeah.
So we've talked about some of the things that are in the gift shop.
A
An
hearse
obituary.
and skulls.
Skulls, my really cool water cup.
Yes.
Now, I would think there's quite a few other things like Charlie's work or
No, there's none of that.
I can't buy anything Charlie made.
Personally, like he handmade it.
I can't afford that.
Well, I
Kristie.
mean, there's a lot of books. There's
Okay.
a lot of Charlie Russell books in
Okay.
there that
Books about
And are there-
Charlie.
about him, his
Are there
letters, his-
recreations of like note cards or something with his little drawings
We've
on
got
it?
all of that.
Yeah.
We've
How
got
about like
cards.
a calendar?
Oh,
do you
look.
sell calendars?
I don't
that
know
have
if you guys are ready to hear about
his-
this calendar
Look at the props.
yet.
Yeah.
This
So-
has Charlie's work in it.
I don't know if you guys know anything about this calendar, but it is sold out the last
Yes.
couple years. And yes, we have a ton of them, and no, we will not reorder them, and
Okay.
they will sell out. So
Okay.
I just want to tell our
You got to
listeners,
keep the demand high. Yeah.
you get in there and get your Charlie Russell calendar because we only sell it now at the store and at the Historical Society.
Okay. In person, there's no online ordering of this.
You can online
can
order it,
order, okay.
or you could call.
Okay.
But we get people even into like March and April that are still calling for last year's, and we're like, no,
No.
that's
Yeah.
sold out in November.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And no, we're not
So
ordering
this will be
anymore.
good because this episode's
So-
going to come out in early October.
Yeah.
So
you have your
let's talk
chance.
about the logistics of that because you have reproductions of Charlie's work, 12 different reproductions of Charlie's work.
Yes.
If you're a frugal decorator, you could
I've thought about this actually.
cut down each
Yes.
one and frame them.
Yes.
How do you get the rights to all this art?
Well, we have to get permission. Some images we can and some we can't.
Who do you
This
get
one-
permission from?
Well, so this one specifically, I don't know if
This
you've
front?
heard of the Montana Historical Society.
I've heard of
Yes.
them.
Okay.
Yes.
So
They seem to be kind of a big deal if they ever reopen.
they are a very big deal. But while they are closed, they
Yeah.
are loaning us. I don't have the number 20, 21, 22,
Which is
something
incredible.
like that.
Yeah.
Original pieces. And that's in the main gallery when you walk in.
Yeah.
This calendar is all of those images.
Oh, so it's even more special
It
edition.
is. It's a very, very special
Ooh.
edition. So we had to get permission from the Montana Historical Society
Okay.
for
These
this one
days.
specifically.
I will also say real quick here, like the quality of this calendar. I mean, this is like cards. This is like thicker than
Thick.
cardstock.
Yeah.
Like, so you really could
Frame them.
reuse
I would
these.
almost
Yeah.
say archival cardstock.
Oh,
Right.
I don't know the levels of cardstock.
I don't either. But I'm going to make it sound fancy
It is
because
yeah. It
you'll
is, 'cause
want
this
to
is not just a
you'll
normal.
want to
yeah.
trim those images down to where the spirals in the hole
Yeah.
for hanging on the wall is.
Yeah.
Just
But
frame
these are,
those
yeah,
suckers.
they're very nice.
Well, and we sell paper prints for a lot more than what this whole calendar is.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Go in there,
yeah,
and after the year is over,
DIY some crafty stuff.
yeah,
yeah.
you can have a whole gallery of your
You got
of
a
your
whole
own
little
stuff.
gallery
Yeah,
of it.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them in little squares, 3 by
Yeah.
3 by
Yeah.
3, whatever that is.
So you can see all of these images in person
Okay.
right
And
now.
these are
The originals.
the
And
originals.
that's through spring-ish.
ish, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's further than that.
Okay.
Um,
Sometime in 2024.
yeah, that would be a question for someone not in the operations department,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's fine.
So
But we'll have them for a while
Do you
until
ever-
it's completed, until their building in Helena is completed.
So there are quite a few other products though that have just the C.M. Russell skull and letters on them.
Yeah.
But do you have product ideas where you're like, man, I'd love to do this kind of a thing, and then you're like, man, that's going to take a lot of permissions and a lot of money and a lot of time, and that's probably not going to be worth it.
Yes, we do have one specifically that Jessica and I were talking about today, but I cannot reveal it right now.
You can.
I mean,
This is an open and welcoming space.
Are we on the air right now?
Yes.
I'll slip you.
I mean, it's
slip
not
you guys
coming
a
out for
note.
like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
if
Well, no,
that
this will
helps.
take a good part of a year. But
Okay.
yeah, we are working on a couple things in the hopper. So
Okay.
just stay tuned.
Exciting.
Don't stay with us for the next year.
Well,
Would you please?
there's always new stuff
Right.
because we got books.
Right.
We've got metal prints,
Metal prints. Yep.
which I love.
And you know what we have coming for the holidays are metal prints of his Christmas images.
Ooh, I
Ugh.
like
Right?
that.
Yeah. We have Christmas cards of those.
Yeah.
But we've
Yeah.
never had
Neat.
metal prints. So those are coming. We are trying to stay laser focused on branding these days. So that's why you're going to see the skull on a lot of things. Also, they make great gifts for faculty at the high school,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a great
That
idea.
Tremendous.
seems
Mhm.
random.
Yeah.
right?
Well,
I think
at
other
CMR.
people would like.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the same
It's the
logo.
I
same
think other
logo.
people would like coffee cups as well. That's the only thing I was thinking.
Well, not just.
And then-
they didn't solely make
just
them
You
Yeah,
for
package that with some morning light roasted coffee right here in Great
The Charlie
Falls.
Russell
Right,
blend,
the
maybe?
Russell blend.
Woo.
Yep. We sell that in the store too. We get that locally right here in Great
Yeah,
Falls.
there you go.
Yeah.
But you also sell, well, in the past, maybe you don't anymore, Pendleton stuff,
Yes.
blankets. I've
Yes.
seen jewelry in there. I've seen Yogo sapphires.
We do have Yogo sapphires. We just got restocked on those. And since you brought up the Pendleton blankets,
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the story there?
I don't know
love
if you've heard
those.
of this. I have a prop of it. It's called the Good Medicine.
Oh, is this a
blanket.
new one?
No, we've
Okay.
had this one for a
Yeah.
while. They made
Oh, yeah.
1864 was the number they made of this blanket quantity.
Okay.
And that was the year Charlie was born.
Yeah.
Right. This design right here is based on the sash, Charlie's sash that we have in the museum.
That's true.
Oh.
That blanket sold out over the summer, but Pendleton found 8 more.
8?
And we're only telling you guys this for all your listeners.
Ooh.
We have 6 left. And then they're
Okay.
done. Then there'll be a new version of that blanket coming out in May
Okay.
with a different, same, sort of the same look, but a different design on the front.
Are they
Pendleton
So-
makes this.
Pendleton makes that.
The back is traditional Pendleton print.
Mm-hmm.
So then the
And they're all numbered.
I say back, the back of it, the front.
Gonna, yeah. The front.
There's 2 sides to
Yeah.
a blanket,
But
people.
that's
Yeah.
the front. That's clearly
It's
the
called
front. of
reversible.
Clearly the
blanket.
front.
Yeah.
It's called reversible.
So
you
in
go.
the front, on the top and the bottom, it's banded in the
Yeah.
print of Charlie's sash, and then
Yeah.
we've got the skull in the middle
Yeah.
against some beige background. Do you know the price point for that sucker?
That will cost you $450.
Okay.
Well worth it.
And you
Yeah.
can't put
It's
a
a
price
piece
on
of-
the last 6 of them.
No. No.
I mean, it was kind of like a mattress sale where it's like, okay, we're going out of business 5 times, right?
Yeah.
We sold out, and then I hear from the company that makes that with Pendleton,
Yeah.
and he's like, I've got 8 more. Do you want them?
Like, well, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
because
do.
I don't even love wool blankets, but when that sold out, I was mad I didn't buy one
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Those are really neat.
so
So-
then let me tell you, they were numbered.
They're numbered.
You got these remnant 8.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the numbers. There's
Yeah.
somewhere in the 1700s as far as the number of them. But so we have 6 left because we've sold
Okay.
2. But once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
And it is the Pendleton branded blanket.
yeah.
Is there
So-
a rational connection between Charlie and Pendleton? No.
I can't answer that. I don't
Just-
know.
Old out Wild
Maybe
West
Wild
look.
Well, when you
Well-
see a lot of the images of like his studio or when he's like, I'm going to say camping because I see him outdoors a lot with teepees in the background.
Right?
Uh-huh.
He's got a lot of
And Dutch oven cooking.
blankets. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's got, I have to just assume like he was a brand rep back in the day.
The the initial affiliate
Sponsored
marketing
by-
there. Yeah.
He
Sponsored
would be
by
a great
Pendleton.
one,
Uh-huh.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
A
they-
Pendleton
it
wool
looks
blanket
like,
on his horse.
It looks like that's
yeah.
what he had. That's
Yeah.
why I wondered
Is the
if
next
there's any truth
yeah.
to that story that I just created.
Well, it's
we'll go
true
with
now.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is the next one going to be? Are there going to be 1926 of the next one since the
I
initial
think
one
you
was
should
the
just
year he
always-
was born?
Always stay with the year he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't reveal that quite yet.
Okay. the number.
Why did we even bring you on if you're not going to tell us anything?
I just gave you
She
an
gave us the
exclusive.
inside info on that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is a breaking news podcast.
Give me my phone so I can post on Facebook right now that we have the last 6 of these.
Rude. Rebecca, you're ruining it.
On the Russell page. I thought I was going to give you an exclusive, but let me just do it right here.
Well, I think I'm excited about this blanket.
Yeah.
And if you really wanted to get in my good graces, you could donate me one and we'd give it away. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Note to self. No.
You
I
can
don't
call
think that's
Tom
going to happen. Yeah.
because he has such an easy access to a phone.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh
Poor
boy.
Tom.
We love that guy.
Okay. What? Okay.
Okay.
My grandma's birthday is this Saturday, which will be already happened when the podcast comes out.
Okay.
She loves the museum, loves Russell's stuff.
Sure.
I still need a gift idea for her. What would you suggest in the gift
Does
shop?
she love trucker hats?
I've never.
Well, I would have to say yes. I mean, what grandmother doesn't?
Can honestly say I've never seen my grandma in a trucker hat, and I'm not sure that would be a gift she would use.
Give it a shot. She'd probably be like,
I mean,
I've really been waiting for someone to give me a trucker hat
My
for the last
whole
60 years of my life.
Yeah.
I've wanted a trucker hat, and finally I got the perfect one.
I love trucker hats.
Right.
Any other?
Does she
ideas?
drink coffee?
T-shirts.
She does. Yes.
We do have T-shirts. I say coffee in one of these handmade
That's a good idea.
mugs.
Yeah.
We have these in 3 colors.
Okay. I do like that.
These are not made in Montana, but they are made in the United States.
Okay.
So
That was
you
my
can edit that out
That's
if you
where I
want.
was going.
No,
Yeah.
we're good.
Um,
This
I
is
always
a good,
get worried.
This is a good looking hat.
It is a good looking hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a nice hat. It's got a leather patch in the
Yep.
center.
Of the CM Russell skull.
And the
Yep.
logo.
And
Yep.
the logo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
was
like
a
it.
prototype given to me by one of our guests that she had made for her son who passed away.
I saw
And that's why that's on the bottom. But the ones you buy in the store don't have
Don't
that.
have that.
No, it's
Gotcha.
just the leather patch.
Hey,
with
guess
the-
what? Our guests, our listeners wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't
But
because they
would
can't see it
right.
because we're
They'd
not
look
on
at
a
it
video.
and be like, what's happening there?
Right.
Yeah.
So do you ever
Okay.
get people who walk in and they're like, I make these really cool things. Will you sell them in your store?
All the time.
Yeah.
And
All
how
day
many
long.
times do you say yes?
First of all, they have to have an appointment,
Oh.
which they almost never do.
Yeah.
Because like we established, I really only work 1 hour a day.
And it's not in the store.
Yeah.
You cannot find me up at guest admissions. I'm somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's never never in the building. Yeah, and we do have a lot of people that will drive in and from far away, and they've brought a book that they wrote maybe 90 years ago, and they want us to carry the book, and I'm just gonna say no right now. I mean, we're trying to be well curated, just like the rest of the museum. I mean, it's
high quality products.
Yeah.
Right. Sophistication.
We get people
and
who come in
curation.
and want to sell their book here too, and we don't sell anything.
No.
So yeah,
No. Well, you
Yeah.
we
should.
get it. Yeah. The
I
Visit
don't
Great
know.
Falls shirts.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kristie, do you have any idea what it takes to handle cash and keep money and manage just the sales system of a retail operation?
I mean, I know a little bit about it, but yeah.
It's not for us.
Yeah. It's and then you're dealing with the public all day, right?
Well,
We already
our
did that.
theory, this is our theory.
Yeah.
Pulling behind the curtains a little bit to everyone who's listening.
Yeah.
We'd rather you go to the places that actually do retail well and buy their
Right.
stuff.
We like to send
Like,
people.
why
out.
would I recreate handmade items of all this caliber?
Right.
Or Great Falls t-shirts you can get at Hometana or Dragonfly. Why would I
Absolutely.
spend any of that time when other
Right.
people have already perfected that
Right.
segment?
Yeah.
And
I
our,
know.
Our very large staff has all kinds of extra time to take on these
Right.
endeavors.
I mean,
Exactly.
we just sit here and wait for people to show up so
Yeah.
we can talk to them.
so they can go to the bathroom.
Well, and because you asked about people coming in and trying to sell stuff to me to sell in the store.
Yeah.
Another thing we do not do is authenticate any sort of artwork.
Oh.
And we have people coming in all day long with their original Charlie Russell
Oh.
and come up to our admissions desk staff ask if it's an original. And I'm just going to tell the listeners right now,
It's
well, plus they're not trained. It's a Saturday afternoon, and they're not art
That's
appraisers.
not who you talk
So
to.
please don't bring your stuff to the front desk of the Russell Museum.
Or you might get security called on you because it looks like you're stealing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My original Russell is wrapped in plastic, so there's a cardboard backing behind it, so you know it's going to be protected long term.
Yeah. Well, and then it happens all day long. And, because you're really breaking their hearts when they come in.
Yeah.
Because they really do think that they have an original. And it's just, we don't do that at the museum, period.
Yeah.
There's no department that does that at the museum. But you just see their crestfallen faces. And that's, we're talking about everybody loves to come there. And they really do, except for the guests that think they have an original and we have to break their heart.
Yeah.
And tell them to vacate
Go
the
elsewhere. Yeah.
We had Dwayne Bushai on the podcast, and we were talking about Lewis or Clark, one of them that didn't get married, doesn't have children.
Oh boy.
Clark.
I think it's Clark.
So
Where's the Wikipedia?
people walk into the Lewis and Clark Interpretive
This
Center
is
all
why
the
we
time
send them
and
to
say,
the
like,
experts.
Clark was my great-great-grandfather.
Oh,
and they're
that's
like,
right.
No, he wasn't.
They're literally not possible.
Cannot be possible.
Yeah.
Dude didn't have any children.
You never know, though. Maybe it was long lost.
I think with as much studying that is done about Lewis and Clark, we would know.
Some woman out there
Maybe.
just kept her mouth shut all these
Maybe
years.
she-
Yeah.
There's a fortune waiting for you.
He's like, zip it and don't say a word.
Nothing written down.
Loose
No.
lips sink ships.
Yeah.
And here you are, great-great-grandson.
So they're
showing
very
up
well.
on the kid.
Yeah. See, there very well could be. You never know. Scandalous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I find funny, and then
Yeah.
I just smile and nod and go to my office because I can't deal. That's not
We
my
send
skill set.
them to go see Dwayne.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And we send people to come see you.
thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, oh, you have an original Charlie Russell. Why don't you just go over to
I
the
know
museum?
just the person.
and
Not just that, we say, I think the CM Russell Museum would want to buy that for millions of dollars.
right,
And
exactly.
they're like,
Right.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to be so disappointed when you show up there.
That's what we really try to set our visitors up for disappointment when they visit our community.
If you don't have an appointment, you are not going to get no. And we do have a lot of lovely local vendors that come in and sell their stuff.
Yeah.
So not to make too big of a joke of it, because we do have a lot of lovely artisans.
Yeah.
But make an appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
If-
what I'm saying.
If you want to sell
And
your stuff. Yeah.
we're not taking everything.
Right.
Do
And
you-
it's curated.
Yeah. You have socks there.
Mhm.
Socks?
Pendleton socks, not
Hats.
Charlie
Ooh.
Russell.
Not Charlie
branded.
socks.
No. Oh, but that's a great idea I just had.
See? It is.
See
That
do you need
Shannon
the
had.
do you need the pen again?
No.
She's going to go back and listen to this and go,
It's-
I'm
Oh, yeah,
brilliant.
That's where
I don't even have to re-listen. It's like a steel trap up here.
So-
I've got it.
And
Got
if
it
you
down.
wanted, again, it happened before we went live, but Charlie Russell scented candles.
yeah.
Right.
There would
That's
be,
where
yeah.
we started talking about. I didn't know where the wash basin was.
Yes.
In his house.
Yep. That's one
And
scent.
I'm not. I don't want angry people calling saying that there's no wash basin. There might be one in his house.
She just is
You
not
just,
that.
we're
But
just
I am
saying
not an
Kristie does not
expert.
know off the top of her head
Right.
where the wash basin
I mean,
is.
she's been living in that house
Right.
for 2 years, but
Yes.
she's just been going outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yes,
the
we could
hose.
do the the Charlie Russell
Yeah.
scented candles. They would smell a lot like
One could
barnyard
smell like paint.
paint.
One
oh
could
yeah,
smell like a campfire.
paint sound. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a nice smell. Sometimes oil paints,
Yeah, tobacco,
tobacco,
tobacco and oil.
and sage.
And yeah, like sage, wheat,
There's a lot of good
grass.
options.
I just
Yeah.
came up with another.
Yeah, see?
I
go.
would have gone more novelty.
Oh sure. Well, that's
Well,
that's why
maybe
you're not
Cowboy B.O.
operations. That's why you're not operations manager.
That is true.
Sam
That's
Russell
true.
Museum.
That's why we aren't doing retail. Oh, bison skull smell.
Yeah.
I have boiled a skull
Yeah.
before, and that is not a good
you
smell.
wanted novelty and like a sock smell. Why is this any worse?
Because that one is absolutely putrid.
Well,
Well,
Just saying.
let's see, what else can we have in there that we don't already, other than, we got the Hearse. So
Is
what
there
else do you need?
anything related to Nancy in the gift shop?
There are some books.
Okay.
Yeah. There are
Yeah.
some books that she has.
Nancy's Guide to Business.
Yeah.
That's what I should.
Oh,
be a
that would be a
good
good one.
See, write it down.
Well, I'm sure there's someone out there that's may have written that, and now
Yeah.
they're going to come try and see me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna. I need an
You're
appointment with Kristie because I wrote the book.
Yeah.
Nancy's Guide to Business.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if they have an appointment, I can.
She'll see you.
I'll talk to them.
So let's shift gears.
Okay, let's do it.
Because one of the big things that is coming up for the Russell is in March during Western Art Week.
So
the Russell's
excited.
moving
Yes.
back to Western Art Week.
Oh, we are so
Yeah.
excited about that. Yeah, it's
This
gonna
is the
be
big auction
Yeah.
that has, for the last 3 years, plagued us in Great Falls. It's canceled in 2020 for
Yeah.
good
Well,
reasons.
Yeah, like
Sure.
everything. Yeah.
Sure.
We had something in August of 21.
Right. Was the first,
Yes.
the next thing that we could have done in person like that. Yeah, and that
And
was when it
then-
was over in the
Yep.
parking lot party.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
on the property.
That's
and
right.
then came August 2022, which
Mm-hmm.
Is the one we just talked about.
The fairgrounds. Yeah.
yep. And then
With the
August
sweets.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
Just happened.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And you guys haven't had the big auction in March since 2020, and now it's moving back. So
Yeah.
2024 March, the Russell, the big auction,
Yep.
Yes.
the legacy that was began by Norma Ashby Smith
Mhm.
is back where it belongs during Charlie's birthday.
Yes.
It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
No more
we are
August.
no more August. Nope.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're back to March, and we are thrilled about it.
Yeah.
It's the energy over at the Heritage is going to be unbelievably.
Yeah.
Palpable.
Yes. So if you are looking for something to do in March,
Oh, yeah.
come to Great Falls.
Absolutely.
You heard it
It's-
here
yeah.
first.
It is already listed at
Mhm.
visitgreatfalls.montana.org/events. Right there in the center, Western
Yeah.
Art Week.
Signature event.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is time to plan
And
now.
we have a special event after the Russell called the Russell After Dark,
Ooh.
which is
Ooh.
a TikTok DJ flying in
That's right.
to have a party at the Heritage.
So really like an after dark event. It's going to be a party.
It's going to be great.
Wow.
And it'll give people, so after the Russell and everyone's, had a great time and bought
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, it'll give them one more chance to walk through the suites or in the rooms, visit the artist,
Yeah.
buy some of their stuff that they're selling out of the rooms.
Yeah.
It's just it's going to be such a great
Yeah.
event.
It's
we're
gonna
so
be
excited.
amazing.
Yeah, we're so
I'm
excited.
just stoked
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're back
All
all
together.
together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back together again.
Yes. Mhm.
And August was great, but it has challenges, the middle of summer, and a lot of things. But
Yeah.
March, it's just Western Art Week,
Yeah.
and it's Charlie's birthday, and it's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't
So
know why.
much
I mean, why does that matter?
You're right. But it's all,
Well, we have
it's
a
fun
great parade
atmosphere.
downtown.
Yes.
We have a
It's
great-
all of that happening
We've
at
got a
once. Makes it
great-
fun.
St. Patrick's Day parade
Yes.
through downtown.
Sure do.
Yep, it's
yeah.
a great one.
How
There's no art there.
Right.
Yeah, no, there's not. Go to
But
the-
there's the Celtic Cowboy, which goes big on St. Patrick's Day, which is
Yep.
part of the Hotel Arvon, which has art on display in it.
original art.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
there you go,
a lot
bringing
of
it
them.
all together. Yeah.
Well
a lot
done.
of our
Thank you.
artists. Yep.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You think we just jump in rabbit holes and
We
Nope.
tie it together. We
it's
find
all
those.
connected.
All connected.
How crazy is your life already planning for March?
We've been planning
Yeah.
for March. Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's in full swing.
Yeah.
For sure.
A little bit of a challenge this year having to do August, then March.
Yeah, and then March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have the best team.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys, this
With-
is nothing new
in
for
our
you
sleep,
guys.
right? We can
Mhm.
do it with
Yeah.
our eyes
Yeah.
closed.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
And I say that because we don't really do anything but put
We
things on a
promote
website.
it. Yeah. hmm
That's it.
We try to keep all the information organized. Yeah.
Well, and we are very collaborative with, our partners in
Mhm.
town. So, everyone's done this a couple times.
Right.
Art in Action is always over at the country club,
Mhm.
and they've been doing it for I don't know how many years, and
Yeah.
it's just great.
That's
it
a
runs
fun
like
one.
clockwork. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
a fun one.
Do you have
Um,
other things coming up between then? I mean, I think March is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So anything else on your plate from an event standpoint?
Well, you've heard we have a store. We
Yes.
we might have
we
mentioned.
have our members holiday open house on November 14th.
Oh, but you have to be a member.
And you have to be a member. Oh, yeah. Or you could
Hey,
just
you can become a member.
Yeah,
you
don't
could
have to.
become a member.
No.
It's
Yeah,
not
you don't-
exclusive. You just got to write the check.
Well, that's true. And we have some very manageable membership levels.
Yeah.
But you could come in also too.
Yeah.
And you get an extra discount during the party. But you
Yeah.
can.
Oh.
Do you get, if you're a member, do you get the calendar? Is that part of your membership?
There's a certain
Is that a
membership
certain level? Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Gotcha.
So then you're guaranteed.
So that could be something,
Yeah.
an incentive too
Yeah.
for people.
We got someone mailed in a check to buy a calendar in June of this year for the calendar from 2023.
Wow.
And there was no phone number. It was just a check, and please send me the calendar to this address. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
So you're going to send her 2024?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Or,
Right.
yeah.
If I buy one of the blankets, do I get membership for free?
No, you don't.
God.
No,
really
but
trying to wheel and deal you here.
you can get a membership and get a 15% discount on this blanket.
Oh, see, that's something.
I can't do the math of
She's-
15
I have
off
no idea.
percent
Yeah.
off of 450 right now, but
That'd probably be worth it.
you'd be coming out ahead because it'd be the cost of the membership and then your discount, and
Yeah.
then you could just come in there all the time and see the hearse.
It is a nice hearse.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah.
nice.
And the fancy motion picture.
Yeah,
You can watch
Moving
that.
picture screen.
Yeah.
so the calendar's going to be where it's at.
I think if this is your first episode, you're thinking, good Lord, is Ingham like 85?
No idea
Nope.
what's happening. I don't know
She
what
still
the
does not own a
excuse is.
trucker hat.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't talked about two of your other props.
This one,
Oh, that's a good one.
right? So this is the art of Charlie Russell postcards from the Montana Historical Society. This is going to be a great gift for the holidays.
I believe I've
And
given that to my grandma already.
all of these
Yeah.
images, not all of them are right in there right now, but those are the ones that are there.
So this is, I'm going to just guess real quickly, 40 postcards.
Yep.
And I would say they are a 5x7-ish.
Yep.
Perfect. Another framing opportunity
Yes.
for your frugal decorators.
Yep.
You can DIY the crap out of this and
Yep.
create your original artwork on the wall.
Yes.
And guess what's on the front? A picture of a bison.
Yep.
What
We're
do you
big into
know?
bison.
Yep. That would
Um,
be a good candle smell.
and it's
Bison?
not
Bison. Yeah.
it's not just paintings, it's also pictures of Charlie, it's pictures of his bronzes, it's sketches. Oh, found one of Nancy.
I honestly
Yeah.
forget that he also did bronzes.
Oh, yeah.
I
Watercolor,
yeah.
oil.
I just always think of the paintings.
Yep.
Mhm.
He did pencil sketches.
Yes. Some of my favorites are the ones he's done on the correspondence.
There's nothing he hasn't done.
For sure.
He
Yeah.
whittled wood, for God's sakes.
when
yeah,
he got
made
bored
gnomes.
with his other stuff.
Those little wood gnomes. Have you seen those?
No, I
We have
saw
them on
Bart-
display.
Did you
right
say there
now.
was one of Nancy in here?
Yeah,
Here. Take a look.
Just really into Nancy. I don't know.
yeah, that's fine.
Thanks for your approval.
Maybe you've heard of a place called Glacier National Park.
Yeah.
He had a cabin up there, and so he made a lot of gnomes.
Yeah, really close
Wood.
to Cardston, Alberta, where the Carriage Museum is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Full
that coming
circle.
back again.
Full circle back to, we're back on the prairie.
But you've got this big, what looks like a coffee table book.
Sure.
That
was just
doesn't
gonna
look
look
like
like
it
a
is
table.
Charlie's work at all.
It is not Charlie's work, and it doesn't have a single Charlie image in there. But
Why?
because these are the kind of lovely books that we sell in the store. High end. This is a photography
that's
retrospective. And this author, Mark Viteris, will be in our store doing a book signing on October 7th at 1 o'clock. So he has a film. He's going to talk about this book, The Borderlands Project. And I think there are some tie-ins to Charlie that he will talk about.
Oh,
so
neat. Okay.
if you are driving through
Yeah.
and visiting us here in Great Falls, that would be a good event. It's free. It's in the store.
So
You're not even obligated to buy the
Yeah.
book.
I'm
You can
telling
just have
you,
a great
these
time.
are amazing photos, people, that you don't get the chance to see. But if you're an urban explorer, you like to go into decaying assets from a community, this is really impressive. I think it's all black and white.
by decaying assets, do you just mean dilapidated buildings?
Yes.
Okay.
But I said it more elegantly.
I'm not sure decay is ever more elegant.
That was some great adjectives.
Thank you.
Can I use that?
Now, you are a little bit of a photographer along with your lovely spouse.
My husband is the photographer.
But I think
I take Instagram photos is all I take.
Nice.
And they're quality photos.
Yeah, but my husband's the one that takes the.
So maybe you'll produce your own coffee table book and
Is
sell
your
it at the
husband
Russell.
Craig?
Yes, Craig Duff. Maybe you've heard of him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
photographer.
I exchanged a message with him earlier today.
Oh,
on
you
We
did?
Instagram.
have one of his
Yeah.
pieces of art in the office right next to your office.
Mhm.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's his.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Thank
we've
you.
shared
I will.
we've shared some of his stuff. Yeah.
I hope he listens to this podcast when it comes out.
I'm sure he will. He's a
I
great
hope so.
supporter of
So-
his loving spouse.
Yeah, and the community.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well,
he really.
an incredible photographer.
Thank
Yes.
you. Well, I say thank you like I had anything to do with it.
You
I mean,
do.
he's the one
You
that.
do.
Yeah.
You're the Nancy to his Charlie.
Oh, look at you, Shannon.
See?
I
Aren't
mean,
we
Tying it all
and,
together.
and we're done, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Boom.
Except my marriage is more of he's the Nancy to my Charlie.
Oh, and he makes you cry on vacations.
He's a
Yes.
Nancy. Is that what you're saying?
You heard it here, folks. Guess who's not going to hear
Tell
it
Rob.
here?
What's in that cup, Rebecca?
None of our husbands who listen to this don't listen to this.
We don't have supportive husbands. But to their benefit, it takes a lot to listen to
It
us
does. Yeah,
in
they hear
real
us
life
enough. Yeah.
and then
In real life.
every week to have a new episode to have to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I mean, my poor husband, Craig, if he has to hear about one more thing that I'm bringing into the store or making in the house by
Right. Yeah.
hand, he's just going to lose it.
I'm looking forward to your candle making this winter.
Well,
Yeah.
I will bring you some samples and free candles
Oh,
when
There you go.
I produce them.
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most generous thing we've gotten out of you today.
Will you? Wow. Will you please make a skull one and give that one to her since she said it's putrid? Yeah.
Well, I did say when I make them, which
Yeah.
will be close
Right.
to never. So
Yeah. Just on
you
this
can sit
side
there
of
and wait
never.
for it, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I will wait anxiously, just like I will wait for you to show up with a bison.
A bison head outside
Full
of your
bison
window.
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so glad I'm here. You guys are really making my Tuesday great. Well, what day is it?
Wednesday.
Yep.
It is
Wednesday.
But we
Yeah, it is.
probably made your next Tuesday as
Even
great
better.
too.
And this will come out on a Friday, so we can just say it makes
Yeah.
Friday great too.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I love it.
It's a good portion of the week.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you wanted to share about the uniqueness of the gifts at the gift shop?
I just think that we're really trying to get in the spirit of things with Charlie and branded merchandise because people really do love visiting that museum and they want to walk away with something that reminds them of their experience.
Yeah.
So,
How about some flannel plaid shirts? I love a good flannel, a branded flannel.
with matching pants?
No,
Oh, no. Oh, no.
no,
just the
like
shirt.
a flannel.
I like that
shacket.
idea.
Okay, well, Shannon and I will get
Yeah.
to
I'm
making
in-
that.
I'm-
and-
yeah.
I mean, she's an excellent seamstress. She shakes her head like people can see that, you know?
I think people hear the silence.
Yeah, they're like, is this still
They're like,
on?
what? Hello?
Are we still running?
Hello. No, I just want to wear them. I'm not making it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but
There's a
they're like-
company called Pendleton that does that very well.
Oh,
so
I think we've
I
heard
will.
of them.
I think I will let them
Yeah.
handle that.
I like that.
They've
but
got good rubber boots too. If you wanted to bring those in,
sure. What size?
uh,
You let
9.
me know what size you guys need.
I just need a 9.
Get them someday when you get the candles and the bison.
And you don't have to wait for your husbands to buy you a Yogo Sapphire. You can just come right in and buy it yourself.
Great
because-
selection. And
Yeah.
let me share, if you weren't going
Yep.
to, the connection of Charlie to the Yogo Sapphire, because
Oh yeah,
where
please do.
he
I
would
don't know.
go
Didn't
with
know
his
anything about it.
cabin in the Little Belts is not far from where the Yogo Sapphire is mined.
Oh, well, see,
Oh.
that's why we have them in the store.
So there's like a fork in the road, and if you go straight, you go towards Charlie's cabin. If you go right, you go up to where Yogo's are mined.
Oh,
And I want to
I
say,
didn't know that.
people, you said you loved Charlie Russell. This is a
I actually
basic
never
thing.
said that.
Oh,
And for our listeners, that was
You not-
Shannon that said she didn't know that.
I said I love Nancy.
oh, that is
Just
true.
kidding.
It's true. Half of the Russells are loved by Shannon.
Just
But
kidding.
that is a very strong connection because he spent
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah, I
time in
didn't
the Little
realize that.
Belts, and
Yeah.
he had a cabin up there, and him and OC used to go up there and paint often.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the landscapes near Utica that show up
Yeah.
in his paintings, that's all that same area where you find. It's the only place in the world you can find Yogo sapphires.
Well, or the C.M. Russell Museum store.
Well, you can't mine them there.
Let me just take
No.
you downstairs now. We're gonna.
That's what
I
meant.
thought you told me to tie things in.
Yeah. Okay.
She's trying.
Gosh.
She's trying.
You guys are
Their
a hard,
origin source. Yeah, it's
hard
getting
group
late.
to please around here.
The air's getting thin and sticky in here, so
Yeah.
it's going to get more feisty as we go
True.
on.
No.
Can someone crack a window,
And
please?
the beauty of the Yogo is just the cornflower blue. There's just nothing like it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Montana sapphires, but
Sure.
nothing like a Yogo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
they really they're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really a
And we have a
treasure
lot of
piece.
them. So
Mhm.
if anyone's looking for gift ideas,
Rings, earrings, necklaces.
Mhm.
yep, bracelets.
My grandma.
There you go.
Right.
might
Are her
like
ears
that.
pierced?
Yeah.
She might like a
Trucker
No,
hat?
she's not
No,
getting the
a
trucker hat. No.
blanket, and if she didn't like it, she could give it to me.
Yeah.
We could become friends.
Yeah.
You only want to be friends if my grandma gives you a $400 blanket.
I think that's a good intro to being friends.
But definitely buy her 2 copies of the calendar. One she can send or sell
Yeah.
one on eBay after it's sold
Oh, there
out.
you go.
And
Oh,
then
that's
she
a good
could
idea.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then the second one she could just write her notes in.
Yeah.
Unless she has a digital calendar. Does she?
Well, no.
Oh, well then.
She has a smartphone.
oh, well, okay.
But yeah,
We
no,
can't
these are
compete
good
with that.
ideas. These are good ideas.
We don't have a Russell branded smartphone
Yeah.
yet. But
Oh, you should get a case. Like with
Ooh,
the
that's a great
like a phone
idea.
case with the logo.
I'm so glad I
really
thought about
think
that just now.
a digital planner is probably an easier way to go because you can create it and not have to print anything.
That's true.
True.
You
But
could
we
do
do get
both.
these printed right here in Great Falls.
Oh.
So we definitely use some
There we go.
Nice.
Local.
Good deal.
printers.
Kristie, I've had fun.
Yeah.
I've had more fun.
Were
Isn't
you
this an odd way to spend your day at work?
It's a great way
Yeah.
to spend
Yeah.
my I mean,
And
I
you
wouldn't
can
be at
tell
work
your-
right now. What time is it?
she only
I'd be
works
way
till
past
1:30.
one. Oh, yeah. I'd be gone by now. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. And you can tell your coworkers it was not nerve-wracking at all.
I know.
Right?
Well, because they kept asking me, "Are you
Yeah.
nervous? Are you?" No, I wasn't. But now I was. Stop
Yeah.
asking me.
Right.
Right.
We're really intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that's
and
what
you
I've
have
heard on
to-
the street. That's the word on the street
And
from
you have to know
previous
so many
podcasters.
facts.
Yeah,
Lots of facts.
lots of facts, which I was not prepared to know any
Yeah.
of those. It's a good thing I just made all those up.
Yeah.
So for your listeners,
That's what she
please
does.
fact check some of this because,
Yeah.
They're
I-
used to it.
all right.
We didn't bring her on as an expert for Charlie Russell. We brought her
The
on
gift
as an
shop.
expert in product placement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
There we go.
our lovely visitors
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
that come
Mhm.
to see us every year,
Yeah.
every summer.
All over
Gosh,
the world.
They're great.
Mm-hmm.
The RVs, they just roll in.
Okay.
And
Rebecca's like, wrap it up.
I'm getting unfocused.
Remember how she said
Oh,
she
yeah.
gets
She's
twitchy?
like, okay. She's going to get twitchy.
It's
So
happening.
thanks for being here, Kristie. And
Thanks for
folks,
having me.
we can't wait till you're here in Great Falls, whether it be for the PRCA Circuit Finals Rodeo, for Western Art Week, or just because you're here on your pilgrimage, to see the C.M. Russell Museum, home, and studio. So until we see you here in our fabulous, wonderful community of Great Falls, we hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you are. See you soon.
We are No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.